Today I'm following up on my YouTube short and will provide a more in-depth review of the San Martin SN109 G3. San Martin has several versions of the SN109 and this is the BB Coke homage. Obviously it's not an original design and it takes a few styling cues from the Tudor Black Bay 58 GMT. But first let me address the color of my gloves. If you watched any of my other videos you saw I wore white cotton gloves. They were a nightmare to work with because they were unresponsive to touchscreens, so I switched to these black nitrile gloves. Also, please take a second to like and subscribe to the channel. YouTube algorithms feed off of views, likes, subscriptions, and comments. Leaving any comment, even smashing various keys and hitting the send button, helps the channel, and I could use the help. Tell me how much you prefer white gloves. So let's dig into the watch. First, the price. This is one of San Martin's more expensive models. It's a GMT movement, and it's a popular homage. When searching for a deal on AliExpress, it's usually one of the first to sell out. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description for additional info and for the latest prices before any discount coupons or coins. If you can land it for $250 or less, I'd say it's a good deal. Next is the packaging. The SN109 comes with the typical white box. Inside, you get the manual, you get the warranty card, you get some sizing tools, and you also get this attractive green, I believe it's faux leather, travel case. Inside there's a nice cushion pillow, and I also saved the San Martin tag. But if I'm being honest, it is nice, but I prefer they send it in the same plastic style box that most other brands use. If it saves a few dollars and lowers the cost of the watch, I'd be in for it. Looking at the watch, it's a looker, but it's not a one-to-one or a clone. It is a true homage design. The markers and the hands have a slightly green tint from the C3 Lume than its Swiss inspiration. The GMT hands and second hands are also very different, where the San Martin has a red, not gold GMT hand, and the second hand is a snowflake, not a lollipop style. The 3-link bracelets may look similar, but San Martin uses screw pins over rivet-style links. So let's focus on this being an homage watch. This watch has a rich black dial. I was never a fan of the snowflake hands because I found them to be too big and blocky, but I instantly love this watch because of the way the gold outline frames the hands, making them appear smaller and more elegant. The gold trim around the indices, the gold minute ring, and the applied logo make it more luxurious. The date window has no cyclops, a huge plus because many of these Chinese brands over-magnify, making it look kind of cheap. So what you have is a clean, uncluttered design. The case is a brushed steel with polished chamfers. San Martin's claim dimensions are a 39mm case, 12.85 millimeters thick, 20 millimeter lugs, and a 48.5 millimeter lug to lug. My measurements were a little more over here and a little less over there, but nothing drastic. The brushed sides and unguarded signed crown are clean. The case back is the case back. The top hat sapphire crystal with AR coating is also a great feature. Inside this watch beats the common but reliable NH34 movement. My watch was measured at +1 with a 0.2 beat error. Pretty good, but your mileage may vary. Now, the bezel is one of the biggest reasons or the reason to buy this watch and why I bought it. The black and red Coke, I love their choice of a deep red and how it differs from a red you might find on a Pepsi bezel. But the black and deep red combined with the gold 24-hour markers is what really sets it apart from San Martin and other SN109 GMTs, and it's what makes it my favorite. But as good as it is, it could have been great. For a 24-click bidirectional bezel, the action is very positive, and the fine coin edge is easy to grip. The action is firm but not stiff, and more importantly, it's not sloppy. but it is a 24-click bezel. Again, like its Swiss inspiration. I would have liked to have seen a 48-hour click. I'll never travel to a place where I would need to set a 30-minute time zone, but rotating the bezel with more clicks is more satisfying. And while I love the colors, the bezel is aluminum and not ceramic. Again, like the watch it homages. I've read that it's difficult and more expensive to apply red ceramic to aluminum. But as I said, this is one of their more expensive brands, and there are watches that are less than half the price that use red ceramic bezels. But I'll admit, if going with red ceramic would mean they couldn't hit this tone of red, then I'm fine with aluminum. The last thing I'll say about the bezel is it isn't loomed. I like loomed bezels, but I've never heard of a loomed bezel with gold hour markers. Good news is, if it's lume you want, this watch dial delivers big. Moving down to the bracelet, you've got a solid 3-link design that's 20 millimeters that tapers down to 16 millimeters before bumping back up to 18.5 millimeters at the clasp. Screw pin links are a nice step up from your more traditional push pin links. The clasp is beautifully brushed with the San Martin applied logo. I don't mind the logo so far as the brushing has done a great job at fighting scratches. It's a push-button clasp that's milled and also has several positions of on-the-fly micro-adjust. But the edges of this bracelet on my watch are a little sharp. Not so sharp where it's uncomfortable wearing, but you definitely notice it when putting it on or taking it off. All in all, I think this is a great watch, and I'm glad that I purchased it and have it in my collection. Yes, it's one of their more expensive models, and yeah, there's a few things that could be better. But overall, I like it, and I think it's one of the best-looking watches San Martin has to offer. If you're writing a list of pros and cons, the pros list of this watch is a lot longer than the few cons on this list. Thanks for watching, and once again, please take a second to like, subscribe, and more importantly, share your opinion in the comments. Thanks again for watching.